get to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon.
Well, ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Lions take over 1st and 10.
So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And leading them out there, their 6'5" quarterback.
And he and his team, they were the beneficiaries of a first-round bye earned by a tremendous regular season. He'd been a little bit nicked up, so he could use the rest. And I'm sure his teammates felt the exact same way. But now it'll be interesting to watch their first few drives in this one. Because sometimes getting the rest is great, but sometimes you accumulate a little bit of rust as well. Maybe they come out flat, and they can't afford that in the postseason.
And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Over 100 catches in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch in these playoffs.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
First carry for DeAndre Swift.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Back in on the tackle. The tackle made back at the 44-yard line.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Britt.
That's complete to Moss out of the backfield.
And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd and long. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
And he more than did his part in the wild card win with 3 touchdown passes. Now, he's going to get a bigger test here in round 2, but his unit is in rhythm, and they're playing as well as they have all year long. I wouldn't be surprised if this defense, though, tried to get after him early with a little extra pressure. If he can handle that, he can have another big game, though.
Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
The Bears ball.
2nd and 9 now from the 21.
21-yard line.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And his throw here's incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Sheds off the tackle.
The Lions take over 1st.
That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run. Off
the bootleg. Britt. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Detroit. T.J. Hockenson, 44 yards. And the Lions are going to take a first-quarter lead.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Will Lutz on for the point after. It's up, it's good, and the Lions lead 7-0. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy two-play drive that time. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
25-yard line.
And now back out comes the offense. And for them, maybe a little carryover from last week's game. They got the win on the road in the wild card round, on the road here again in the divisional round, but they're hanging tough.
Hey, cue a little music, right? Well, on the road again. I mean, this has been kind of the mantra they're under right now, and they can't change it. The season dictated what would happen with them, right? They had to go on the road for the first round for the playoff. They're on the road again, and sometimes teams get really comfortable with that. Not only the idea of going on the road and shocking the world, but just, hey, it's just us. We don't have to worry about outside distractions. It's just us. Let's go play.
It becomes that us against the world mentality, doesn't it?
And what me, in the media.
Short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. That's caught inside the 20. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
Open man is Komet, the tight end.
3 yards the gain there, second down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 12-yard line.
That's complete right around the 8. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Now we're going to get a stoppage. There appears to be an injured Bear on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete.
Touchdown.
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
This will make it into the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
At their own 20.
And Detroit getting set to go now. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The drive starts with a completion left side. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Dancing to his left. He's going to take off with it. And he he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Throwing on first down. Britt. Open man, it's Kirk, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That goes for a gain of 31.
I don't think anyone would argue that having that extra week definitely helps come playoff time. And those were some fresh legs right there. That extra practice time and planning, certainly in evidence.
On first and 10, it's Swift. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up second and 8.
Off play action. Britt. They'll find Swift out of the backfield.
Complete to DeAndre Swift. A 2-yard pickup.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
On third down, Britt. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Give him 6 on the play, and that's going to make it fourth down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Now Lutz for the field goal try.
Lutz on for the field goal. A 31-yard attempt.
And Lutz puts this one through. And the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead.
Score Lions 10, Bears 7.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Bears offense ready to get going again. They trail here early in this division round game as they seek a spot in the NFC title bout. They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. Able to shake free for about 7 up to the 35.
Number 29.
You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Second and 3. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Complete to
a good pickup there, 26 yards.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's first and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. First down, a run with Cohen. And he stopped immediately there. Tariq calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Brings up second and 10.
Back to throw now on second and 10. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40.
Enough to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Quarterback sack. A 10-yard loss.
And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Here comes the Bears punter now. They'll boot it away from about his 35. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback.
At their own 20.
Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And they must have seen something leading up to this one that said, hey, we're going to be able to go deep, because they've gone deep with a lot of success.
And pick your phrase, pick your code words, your buzzwords, whatever. Vertical stretch, deep passes, go routes, right? What's that, right?
4 verts.
4 verts. All of it working because they're able to find ways to get deep, and for him to show off that big, big arm.
We see some of that big arm right here. He has been great. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Khalil Mack, a milestone sack for him as it moves him past Hall of Famer Lawrence Taylor, who finished his career with 132.5. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Escaping the pressure right. And he gets up near the 25 to about the 24 before going out of bounds. Pretty nice gain on the scramble. Gets him 12 yards. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on 1st down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off. Not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on 3rd down. Makes it manageable now.
To throw on 3rd down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The sack there by Roquan Smith.
A 6-yard loss. It's 4th down.
Here's Jack Fox now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. 10-7 our score after 1, right here on EA Sports.
10, Bears 7.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And bulldozing his way through. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Bears take over. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground. So,
Allen Robinson, kiss him goodbye. 20, 10, touchdown, Chicago.
Touchdown.
Allen Robinson, 69 yards, and the Bears have retaken the lead. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Roses now to add the PAT. And that makes it 14-10. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. Been a decent start for him here in this first half. Team's losing. They got to fix something.
And it starts with him. He has to keep that little quarterback strut going right now to make sure that his team sees him as confident. Continue to try and up his game, but just let him know, hey, if I'm around, if I'm the one calling signals and throwing the football, just follow me, we'll get there. Sometimes that will do more to elevate a team than anything else.
See if he has that confidence.
At the 23-yard line.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Britt. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Britt. Catch is made by Hawkinson, the tight end. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at their 48-yard line.
To throw on 2nd down. Britt over to Landry on the bubble screen. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
The Lions on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Off the bootleg. Britt. Throw, but incomplete. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
The Bears take over 1st and 10. At their own 16.
Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence, does a great deal for your team, gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
I think the reason that this play is so successful is not just the blocking at the point of attack, but how about the speed at which he takes the handoff? He's in motion already, so he's not coming from a flat start like a running back often is. He's at a full run by the time he gets the football.
On first down, it's Cohen. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
My, oh my, they've had some success bringing him off the edge. How about the gambling man who's the defensive coordinator. He's not just bringing pressure. He's bringing a corner to go after the quarterback.
And it's worked twice now, twice like a charm.
And not only has that worked like a charm, he's been awfully disruptive in his usual role covering receivers. Now he's rushing the passer as well.
The Bears on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
A loss of 14 on the play.
And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Christian Kirk and company heading back onto the field. He's been good so far to this point in the second quarter. Need to get him even more involved, maybe?
I would agree with that. Definitely. Yeah, it's not even a question for me. The way he's playing, he's doing a nice job. Increase things. More touches, more opportunities. Maybe that can reverse things on the scoreboard for them.
They'll try to ratchet things up then maybe here in the second quarter. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Operating from the gun. Britt. And completes it to Kirk over the middle. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And Fournette trying to power his way forward, but I don't think he got there. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. He's got to be feeling pretty good. Playing well. Team has the lead, so just looking to mount a drive here that ends in the end zone.
And all quarterbacks will tell you, hey, we love a running game, helps us out. But at the end of the day, they want to rely on their arm. Throw the football, feel good about things, keep things moving in the right direction. Right now, that's exactly what we're seeing.
And we'll see if that continues.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
After the loss, here's 2nd and 12 from the 18. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Caught out left side by Robinson. Down the numbers. There he goes. Touchdown, Chicago. Allen Robinson, 82 yards. And the Bears are able to show off their quick strike ability. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
It's good, and it's 21-10. The quick strike ability certainly intact there. 2 plays, 80 yards to score it. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Now this offense ready to head back out there. And you work so hard during the regular season to earn that bye to go to the divisional round fresh. Well, maybe they're too fresh because they've come out here pretty flat.
And how many times have we seen it? And let's go to other sports now. Let's go to basketball, baseball. Those ones where the playoffs are a series. And you see teams who were playing before versus the team that had the bye, and they take them on. And how often does that team that had been playing before win game 1?
Right.
Almost always, right? Feels that way anyway. When it's a one-shot deal like the NFL, that's critical. Because now you come in and you've got the momentum, you can take them out in that one game, and it's over. And there's all the
pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. The Lions on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. From the gun, Britt. That is incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Yeah, that's a 48-yard punt with a coverage holding him to 3 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Back out onto the field comes Allen Robinson. He has certainly made the most of his catches so far, both of them going for touchdowns here in half number 1.
And we've never met a team that doesn't talk about getting off to a fast start and featuring guys that they want to have the ball early. We're seeing both of those come into play here. Off to an incredible start, got their feature guy going, and now everyone else should have opportunities.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Brings up 2nd
and we've got movement. I think this is against the Bears here. Let's find out. And that'll set them back 5. A bad false start penalty there. Now 2nd and 6. He'll look to throw. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. It'll be a gain of 6, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks. But doesn't matter what you call a position, it's who you put there. And there we saw completion.
They'll try to run for it with Cohen. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns. But guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Incomplete. Coverage defensively by Jeff Okuda.
Now a dump off here complete.
The pass
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he will get this to the midfield stripe, but that's not going to be enough. He's a few yards short. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
Here comes the Bears punter now. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Christian Kirk and company heading back onto the field. He's probably someone they want to get more involved at this point. Second quarter down on the scoreboard, and you know that he can be a threat.
And because he's such a threat, as well as so productive, I'm with you on this. They've got to get him the ball more, give him more opportunities for them to have a chance to erase that lead.
Certainly they'll be looking to get him even more in the mix this go-around. Catch made here by Campbell. The Lions need to move. They're hustling to the line now.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 33-yard line.
That's complete to DeAndre Swift out of the backfield. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3.
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack.
The quarterback.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Britt Campbell making the catch. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. Here comes the Lions punter now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Tariq Cohen and the rest of the offense heading back out there. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Jeff Okudah. Interception return for the Lions. Touchdown. And we'll see if that pick 6 looms large as this game continues, because we've seen plays like that alter a lot of playoff contests over the years.
I would agree with that totally. And you often think to yourself, why do they alter it so much? Because after games, don't we hear coaches and players say, well, one play doesn't usually determine the outcome? But I don't think that's really true, do you? Because there's times when we see plays like that, and all of a sudden the momentum jumps to that team side, it deflates the other side, and they never pick it back up. And then things really go from there, don't they?
That's the thing for me. We talk about momentum changes. A play like that is the ultimate momentum change. What's good on the extra point? And it's now 21-17. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Step over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. He does have the 1 interception, Charles, but I think that's been more than offset by the 3 first-half touchdown passes.
I would agree with you. There is a blemish, but when you've thrown 3 touchdown passes to try and erase it, that's a little bit better than the ratio that all NFL coaches are seeking from their quarterbacks, and he's giving it to them.
They'll take the 3-1.
Every single time.
Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number one. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Pressure comes, and down he goes.
10-yard loss.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. This fourth and final matchup on this divisional round weekend. We'll get back to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's take a look back to Saturday's NFC divisional round game. And it was the Minnesota Vikings who will continue on in these playoffs as they were able to eliminate the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, in our game, we're set up for a terrific second half. So to find out who will advance to the NFC title game, let's send it back out to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show him one thing, hit him with something else.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. So with the yardage on that completion, he's now right at exactly 300 yards on the game.
And isn't that the magic number you get? All right, 300. That means it's going to go on a commemorative football to put on your mantle when they give you the game ball if your team wins. So much confidence flowing through him right now throwing the football. I think it's permeated itself throughout the entire team. They feel good about what they're doing.
They'll look to throw here on first down. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Connect. And he coughed it up. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think that you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
This will be caught at about the 6. That catch good for only a couple. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on second and goal.
Up with 2. Brings up second and goal at the 6-yard line.
From the gun, here's Swift. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That sustained blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level. Try and chip someone at the second level.
incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. The kick by Lutz is good, and that'll bring him back within a point.
The score, Bears 21, Lions 20.
So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Chicago offense set to get started. Now, last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive.
Easy Walker on the tackle. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Robinson, incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
They throw again on 2nd down. This one's complete. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Deshaun Hand With a big-time sack on third down, it's a loss of 7.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, that allows your blitzers to get there.
And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And that'll move their lead up to 4 now. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
Detroit's offense ready to take over. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. From the gun, Britt. Open man is Kirk, complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
That's a gain of 8. Makes it 3rd and 6.
Operating from the gun. Britt, pressure, and he's taken down. A Bears sack. Roquan Smith picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Here comes the Lions punter now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the 3rd quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your coach? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands, and give your team a chance to win?
Well, that's what he's done here in this one so far. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll look to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Gun now on 3rd down. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Yards on the punt there, 15 on the return. The Lions offense set to take over. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Back to throw. Britt. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield.
That's good.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Off the play fake. Britt. Flushed out right. Now he'll pull it down. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Brought down by Khalil Mack. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 38-yard line.
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Khalil Mack able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. From the gun, Britt.
That's complete to Moss out of the backfield.
And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the 1st. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. 1 score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And no, it's incomplete. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Bears will get the football back. He'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I have both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
Can't get away, and he's taken down. Akeem Hicks. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Too great, and he goes down once more. Akeem Hicks picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
The Bears on third down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This will be third and forever. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Despite a pickup of 16, they're still well short of the sticks on fourth. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
Here comes the Bears punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
You hate to give the ball away here in the fourth quarter while you're just holding a slim lead, but that punt, absolutely ideal. They pin them inside the 5-yard line. They give their defense a really nice opportunity.
They'll start on the ground with Swift. Well, that gives them a little room, but not much. A gain of 2 to the 5. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 5-yard line.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
And 8 yards to go.
Now Leonard Fournette. And he is going to have the first down as he's up to his own 13-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. So a little more space to work with here from the 13 on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. And that could be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Throwing again. Britt. Throwing no, but it's incomplete. The Lions on 3rd down. They've been stymied left and right. Converted only 1 time. This is 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
Ray Swift. Incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Here comes the Lions punter now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They've got to go thank the guys on D.
Almost stripped. The ball comes out. Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
The good news, they kept the ball. Bad news, it's 3rd and long. He'll drop this one down to Cohen.
And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. So, Charles, there are the numbers. What's happened here? Defensive adjustments that's caused him to sort of fall off a bit?
I think so. That has to happen. You've got to make some changes because in the first half, they were pretty effective. But the second part is sometimes when you're doing really well, you get off your game a little bit. You get off the gas a little. You're like, okay, we've got this thing. And that's not necessarily the case. Maybe right now, someone just needs to tell a joke in the huddle, loosen things up, and get their big guy going again.
Space to maneuver from the 15, 1st and 10. From the gun, Britt. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. It's a gain of 14 and a 1st down for Detroit.
At the 29-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Britt. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. From the gun, Britt. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And he'll get it up here to 35, right at the 34 here. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down. Expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
On 3rd down, Britt.
That's complete to Swift out of the backfield.
And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards to play.
I love the drive they're working out here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
A pass underneath for Fournette.
He chucks him aside.
Dumped him.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down.
They run out of the gun with Swift. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Smith in on the tackle. 1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9. At the Bears.
Operating from the gun. Britt. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Khalil Mack able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast and a big sack. Ninth play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. From the gun, Britt. Sideline throw, that's caught by Landry. Good defense, holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
That was a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
Next to score, Bears 24, Lions 23.
So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Bears offense now getting ready to take over.
And this has been a tight game to this point. Of course, they usually are at this juncture of the playoffs. But with the lead in the football, the clock right now their friend as they try to book their spot in the conference championship next Sunday. They'll start with the option.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
On the 34-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4. That is caught by Cohen. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
Cohen.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding, keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Again, it's Cohen.
And he'll get this forward only for about a yard as that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
The tackle made at the 36-yard line.
So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Here comes the Bears punter now as he's on to kick it away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
10 at their own 20-yard
So
line.
now the Lions down on the scoreboard. A little under 1:50 remaining. Their long win streak in great peril as they come up 1st and 10. Back to throw. But he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. They'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
And 17.
They'll look to throw.
He'll find Swift out of the backfield.
And a loss of 3 to bring up 4.
He's out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
On 4th down, Britt. A crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Lewis. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
They'll take over.
When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And checking the timeouts. They do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. They'll run on 1st down. It's Cohen. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. They try again with Cohen. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
There you go. There you go.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Out of the gun, running with Cohen. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. He gets a good chunk of yards there, 8 all told, but they're still looking at a 4th down.
But it brings
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
field goal. A 39-yard attempt.
Rosa's kick is good. And that'll move their lead up to 4 now.
Bears 27, Lions 23.
So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
On a touchdown the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not...
Right there for the sack. Khalil Mack. Who else? Downfield, nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
Well, one side moves on, and then, of course, there's the other side, and now they face what they don't want to face, and that's the offseason.
Think about the journey just getting to this game. Preseason, right? The OTAs and mini camps before that. Going through the regular season, fighting and scratching and clawing to make it to the playoffs. And then to get to this game, 1 game short of a conference championship, they'll have the whole offseason to think about it. Let's see if they use it as motivation.
And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.